Milo, just do what I tell you. Stay close to the courthouse. Keep checking in with me.
Sorry, this is a bad time, but...
Okay. Your lips are doing that thing.
I was subpoenaed to testify at Jason Morgan's trial.
By the prosecution?
Apparently I was with you the afternoon Lorenzo Alcazar disappeared, and then again with you yesterday when there was some shootout during Jason's transfer from prison. You know, it just makes me wonder how many times you set me up to be your alibi.
Sorry, closed courtroom.
I'm sorry, but isn't this the good old US of A? We're entitled to a speedy and public trial.
The judge closed the courtroom for security purposes.
Well, I'll take my chances. That's my best friend on trial, and he needs me.
Go through that door, and I'll throw you in jail.
Go right in. We'll call you when it's your turn.
Thank you.
No, this makes the day perfect. I'm not gonna fight with you. Really. You know, Jason is the one with the fight on his hands. And I can't help wondering when this day is over, who is gonna end up hurting him the most.
On behalf of the District Attorney's Office, I would just like to thank you all for giving up your valuable time to execute your civic duty. This will not be a long trial, because the evidence that we have is irrefutable. Jason Morgan, that man sitting right over there, is guilty of first-degree murder. His crime was not fueled by greed. It wasn't committed in the heat of passion or even in self-defense. Lorenzo Alcazar's death was calculated, premeditated, cold-blooded murder. But that's what Mr. Morgan does. See, he is a professional killer. Shooting Lorenzo Alcazar was just another day at the office for him. But the fact is, a man is dead. And Jason Morgan should be made to pay for his crime.
Hey, Mom, it's me. I don't know if you have plans, but I would like to do something with you. If you're not too busy with Noah or whatever, call me back. Bye.
Hey, you see my father? I got paid for a consult. I thought he might want to take it.
No, I can't get in touch with my mom either.
What do you think that means?
I don't know. She either left town to stop a rebel coup, or she doesn't want me to question her about Noah, or they're together and they turn their phones off to do God knows what.
Or not. Thank God you're here. Hey, look, can you cover for me? I've got to get to the metro. But how does Eli Love get along in life without a freaking watch?
You know what? He's got people that get him where he needs to be when he needs to be. Don't worry. I got you.
It's all rock and love, people.
The Metro Court? I bet you he's meeting my mother for a
quickie.
Well, this explains why you showed up yesterday on my terrace and your sudden desire to start a romance with me. It was a calculated ploy to use me and my good reputation.
That's a hell of a conclusion you're jumping to.
You needed an alibi. So now when the judge asks where you were during Jason's attempted escape, I can say, oh, Your Honor, it was so special. Sonny declared his affections for me, and then we got pinned.
Those gunmen had nothing to do with me. They were there to kill Jason. That set him free.
The paper said that 3 of the gunmen died.
Yeah?
And also a police guard.
Okay.
I believe they call that collateral damage in your business.
If Jason had been hurt or killed because I was distracted with you, I could never forgive myself.
Well, I cannot forgive you for using me.
We got caught up in something. Memories, possibilities, but I never used you.
So you're saying it's just a coincidence?
All of it. I mean, look. Ever since your car broke down outside my office, all you kept saying was, we can never go back.
So you're saying I'm right?
Not about using you as an alibi, but what happened between us the other day, the business with Jason, they're warning signs, and it's just starting to add up. Hey, I hate to admit it, you were absolutely right. I mean, it's not a good time right now for either of us to get involved.
I probably didn't make myself clear, but the man on trial, he's my family. Okay, not by blood, but I think the family by choice can be as strong as any biological bond, don't you think? I mean, don't you have anybody like that in your life? Riley? Someone who'll accept you for who you are no matter how crazy you get? You probably don't get too crazy, do you? Okay, someone who will do anything for you. So when the time comes for you to be able to repay that person for being your rock and your anchor, and you can support them completely, I owe that to Jason, I really do.
You're lucky to have such a good friend.
Yes, I am. And so are you. So are you. So why don't you close your eyes and say a little prayer of gratitude, and I'm gonna walk right in and no one will be the wiser.
Better yet, I'll keep my eyes open and watch you leave that way.
You know what? I'm being punished because you have a dull, boring life with no friends. You have no friends.
Hire a lawyer, petition the judge. It's the only way to get past me.
So, is Lucky gonna be in court?
I don't know. We didn't talk about it.
Gee, I wonder why.
If you don't mind.
It's a direct feed from the courtroom. So what are you gonna say on the stand?
Depends on what they ask me.
Like, about your relationship with Jason.
I'm gonna be honest.
Good for you.
Well, aren't you?
Well, the truth could be a problem. Especially in this case, I was on the inside. I know a lot about Jason's work. If I tell the truth, that could be Jason's worst nightmare.
I can't believe that things went so wrong between the two of you that you would be willing to hurt the man who has given you so much.
The district attorney failed to mention his very real personal vendetta against my client, Jason Morgan. That man has accused Jason Morgan of everything from murder to moonshine. And in every case, the charges were without merit, and so they were dropped, as they should have been dropped in this case, because once again, the district attorney is quite simply wrong. And Jason Morgan is not guilty. The DA never bothered to look at one other suspect in this case. And he also failed to mention that this is a murder trial without a dead body. There's no body. Lorenzo Alcazar is a well-known crime figure and an international arms dealer. He calls Venezuela home. He holds a Venezuelan passport. He is also a person of interest in the recent hostage crisis at the Metro Court. But before he could be questioned about that, Lorenzo Alcazar disappeared. He is quite simply no longer in Port Charles. But instead of finding Lorenzo Alcazar, wherever he may be, the district attorney has once again decided to railroad my client because it has become standard procedure to lay any and all crimes, unsolved crimes, in the greater Port Charles area at the feet of Jason Morgan. I will agree with the district attorney on one thing only. This is going to be a very short trial, because I have every confidence that after you see past the DA's smoke and mirrors, past his so-called evidence, that you will find Jason Morgan not guilty.
Mr. Lansing, are you ready to call your first witness?
Yes, I am, Your Honor. The prosecution calls Samantha McCall.
It says a lot that you think I'd use you as an alibi.
Your career puts you in desperate situations. I assume you use whatever's available.
I don't work that way.
Are you saying you never used Carly?
Carly's different. I mean, she knows my life. She threw herself into it head first. I did everything I could to try to protect her from the worst of it, just like I would have tried to protect you if we had moved on. But you're right. You know? We cut our losses, and that's the way it goes.
Glad you agree.
It's just that I got carried away, you know, because sometimes I'd see, I gotta admit, and I'd see Connie from a long time ago who left me, who wanted a better life for herself. Well, you know what? You got that. You have great instincts, Kate. You knew what you wanted. You went after it.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Yeah, well, you know what? Thank God we caught it early here, right? No harm done.
Right. You know what's ironic is that I came here with all righteous indignation to tell you that I was finished. Instead, you blow me off. I wish I never walked in this place.
Miss McCall, you lived with the defendant for how long?
A little over 3 years.
May we assume that you know Jason Morgan and his lifestyle intimately, then?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Would you consider Jason Morgan to be a dangerous man?
Objection. Your Honor, this calls for a conclusion beyond the witness's qualifications.
Sustained.
Does Mr. Morgan keep any guns in his house?
Yes.
How many?
I'm not sure.
About a ballpark figure.
Objection. Asked and answered, Your Honor. She's not sure.
Overruled. Rephrased, Mr. Lansing.
Yes, Your Honor. To the best of your knowledge, Miss McCall, does Mr. Morgan own less than 3 guns?
No.
More than 5?
Yes.
Oh, it's pretty much an arsenal.
Objection, Your Honor. The DA is stating his personal opinion, not a fact.
Sustained. The jury will disregard the DA's last remark.
Miss McCall, to the best of your knowledge, has Mr. Morgan ever taken any of his more than 5 guns out and used them to shoot people?
He's taken them out of the house, but I have no
Have you ever seen
idea.
him shoot and kill anyone with any of those weapons?
Yeah, I
So
have,
how many
but it was
people
all
actually have you seen Mr. Morgan shoot and kill in the time that you've known him? Less than 3, more than 5?
more
Miss
than
McCall.
5.
That averages out to about 1.25 victims per year that you've known him.
Objection!
Sustained.
Have you ever been shot, Miss McCall?
Yes.
By Mr. Morgan?
No.
By who?
Manny Ruiz.
And what was his motive?
He wanted revenge on Jason.
Objection, Your Honor. Calls for speculation.
Sustained.
Have you ever had to use a gun while in the company of Mr. Morgan?
Yes.
Is Mr. Morgan's closest friend the reputed crime boss, Michael Corinthos Jr., better known as Sonny Corinthos?
Yes.
The same Sonny Corinthos who was on trial for shooting Lorenzo Alcazar.
Objection, Your Honor. Mr. Corinthos is not on trial here today, and Mr. Alcazar apparently wasn't dead in any of those cases either.
Sustained. Careful, Mr. Lansing. Get to where you're going.
Yes, Your Honor. Is it not true that Mr. Morgan has been a long-standing employee of Mr. Corinthos?
Your Honor, the defense stipulates a working relationship. Mr. Corinthos and Mr. Morgan are partners in a coffee business.
All right, then, fine. Let's review, Miss McCall. In your experience of living with Mr. Morgan, you've known him to be a man who owns more than 5 guns, which he has used to shoot more than 5 people. Again, I have to ask you, Miss McCall, would that make Mr. Morgan a more dangerous man than someone who simply imports coffee beans?
You do not know what it means to LifeBeat to have you headline this benefit concert.
Oh, it's my privilege, believe me. Maybe it'll inspire other artists to, give back to a world that's been good to them.
Well, that's what Bono says. It's the artist's obligation to use his power for the betterment of all humanity.
Yeah. Who said that?
Bono. You too?
Me too. Me too? Oh, the band. Sorry, I'm a little young.
Hungover?
Exactly.
Well, we just need to go through a few details.
Yeah.
It is you. She said that's Eli Love, and I said it can't be, but it is. Oh, I mean, you are. Oh, could I have your autograph? I'm your biggest fan.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Here, right?
Thank you so much.
Here you go. Sorry.
Oh, we cannot wait for the concert. Wait, do you mind? Do you mind?
Oh, no.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. All right.
I have your tickets and everything.
Good thing. Good. Sorry about that.
Are you feeling all right?
Yeah, what?
You're known for being generous with your fans. I'm just wondering if this benefit is something you feel committed to.
Oh, no, believe me, I am giving this benefit everything I've got, okay? I just, maybe I'm just not myself today, you know?
Hey, Lulu,
Oh, sit wherever you want.
you haven't answered any of my calls.
I've been really busy lately. You know, the Quartermains are all over me about going straight home after work.
So that's when you pay any attention to them. And that's my private nurse.
I'm not your private anything. Look, I'm really glad that you healed and you didn't die, but it's over.
Didn't feel it over when we kissed.
Yeah, about that. That was a mistake, and I'm really sorry that I led you on, but let's just agree not to see each other ever again, okay?
Then why are you blowing me off?
No, honey. Shelly's ready, but I gotta make that store run. I'll be fast.
I got it. It's gonna get really busy here.
Oh my God, I cannot believe you let a loser like Baldwin talk you into dumping me.
This has nothing to do with Scott.
Then what?
You're great. It's all me.
Oh, come on, Lulu. That's the oldest excuse in the book.
You want the truth? Okay. It is you. Logan, Coop warned me about you, and he knows you better than anyone, and he has no reason to lie to me.
Good. You can clear this up for us.
Oh, Logan, don't.
Why don't you tell Lulu that she's just misunderstood that supposed warning you gave her about me?
All right, I know it's twice in 1 week, and I hate it as much as you do, but I need your help.
No. Not gonna get involved in any more of your plans. Jerry isn't gonna tell us where Jax is anyway. Bye-bye.
It's not about Jerry, it's about Jason. He's fighting for his life, and he has no one there for moral support.
Somehow, you putting yourself in the same sentence as moral support must be an oxymoron.
I need to hire you.
Oh, no. He already has an attorney.
I need you to be my attorney. I need you to petition the court, do whatever it is you can do to get me in that courtroom because Jason needs to see me there.
For God's sake, why would you do that to the poor man? Isn't being on trial for murder punishment enough?
Ms. McCall, during the time that you lived with Mr. Morgan, did you contribute financially to the household?
Not originally.
In point of fact, Jason Morgan has supported you for most of the time that you have been together.
Objection, Your Honor, irrelevant.
Your Honor, the prosecution has essentially presented Ms. McCall as a character witness. I think it only fair to determine her character.
I'll allow it. You may answer.
We did have an agreement.
Did you believe the two of you would get married?
We were engaged.
Oh, and are you still engaged?
No,
No, but you continue to live in Mr. Morgan's house while he's been incarcerated.
it was our home.
Yes, I'm sure this is all terribly distressing for you. The shooting incident that the prosecution mentioned, in which you were involved, that left you unable to have children, did it not?
Yes.
Have you and the district attorney ever had intimate relations?
Objection, Your Honor.
This goes directly to the prosecution's motive for bringing these charges in the first place, Your Honor.
I'll allow it, but be careful.
Have you and District Attorney Rick Lansing ever had sexual relations?
Yes.
And wasn't the district attorney married to your mother at the time?
Yes.
And then you go running back to Jason Morgan so he can continue to financially support you, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
So both you and the district attorney have a personal bias against my client. Is that not correct?
Objection.
Strike that. These guns that Jason Morgan allegedly has in his home. Do you know if he has licenses for them?
Yes.
And the 5 or more people that Jason allegedly shot, were any of those, to the best of your knowledge, in self-defense?
Absolutely.
In point of fact, they were all in self-defense.
Yes.
Weren't they? There wasn't a mob hit in the bunch.
That is correct.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Redirect, Mr. Lansing.
I reserve the right to recall the witness, Your
You're
Honor.
excused, Miss McCall. Next witness, Mr. Lansing.
Yes, Your Honor. I would like to submit evidence in the form of a video shot during the prisoner's transfer from Pentonville.
I object.
I figured you'd be going crazy with Jason on trial and you're not allowed near it. So I'm here to put some of that untapped energy to good use.
I think we're way past that, Amelia.
I want to interview you.
About what?
A piece on the trial. You're going to love it. Jason is going to look terrific.
Well, what do you need me for?
I need someone to comment on Rick Lansing's horribly biased vendetta against Jason.
Oh, that's why you were at the shootout yesterday with the camera crew.
No, actually, Rick asked me to put together a segment about his personal crusade for justice. I thought it was a good idea, but when Jason saved my life, you might say my perspective changed.
Did you warn the DA that you were changing your approach to the story?
Not yet, but he'll understand when he sees the footage. He subpoenaed it for the trial.
Okay, wait a minute. Rick is showing the footage of the shooting to the jury?
I'll be in touch.
All right, great. Anna. I just left the concert promoter. I'm dancing as fast as I can here. I could sure use you. All right, bye.
One for the road, Eli. On the house.
It's a little early, isn't it?
That's rich. Noah?
Hi, actually, I'm Eli Love. So, you know, hyperventilator asked me to sign your underwear or something, but don't call me doctor.
Oh. Well, that explains a lot.
Actually, well, sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's not.
Sounds risky.
I mean, I'm doing it for the cause. Lifebeat does great work, you know, so.
Yeah. But what's it going to cost you? Noah. Look, you're a grown man, but between trying to keep up with Eli Love's social life and having to perform on stage, well, you know, that's a lot of pressure for a man like you.
Recovering alcoholic.
Oh, thank God.
What?
Distract me, please. I cannot get the image of my mother and your father in a hotel room out of my head.
Okay, well, why don't you try picturing us in a hotel room and let me know when we get to the good part.
You're not taking this seriously.
Of course I'm not. They're not children, they're our parents. They can mostly take care of themselves, and if they can't, it's really none of our business.
You think this is a joke?
My father is in a position that most guys would dream of.
Most guys, huh? Even you?
Okay, I'm gonna admit something to you. Coming from my deepest, darkest guy place, when I'm alone, I put on my headphones, I crank the music, and I play the bitchinest air guitar you've ever heard. So yes, even me.
Okay, so if a guy came up to you and he said, Patrick Drake, you win. From now on, you're the most famous rock star on the planet. You have your own band. Women are throwing their panties at you, giving you their hotel room keys. But life as you know it now will forever be changed. What would you say?
I saw the tape. It's unsettling, but makes for riveting television.
Describe it.
Well, it's a shot of Jason being escorted from the van. His hands and legs are shackled. Very dramatic. You hear shots, the guards fall. One of them is dead. We'll have to cut around that. Can't really show a bullet hit someone. Besides, standards and practices will never let it pass.
Keep going.
Well, then Jason tackles me. He has the remarkable presence of mind to grab the fallen guard's weapon, returns fire.
Killing the Goodman.
Well, thank God. Otherwise, we might all have died.
Is it on camera? The men dying?
Yes, but it's clearly self-defense.
Yeah, but you see Jason firing the gun on camera.
Yes.
Your Honor, this footage is completely irrelevant to this case. My client was ambushed and he was defending himself.
Morgan's reactions, his instincts are extremely relevant. They are the reactions of a contract killer, Your Honor, and that fact is critical to proving that Jason Morgan was capable of assassinating Lorenzo Alcazar.
I'm calling a short recess to consider the arguments. Court resumes in 15 minutes, and then you'll have my decision.
Assassination. I don't appreciate you attacking my character before. Going after Sam like that was very classy. It's all right. This proves how scared you and your client really are.
Nice work with Morgan's girlfriend. You got her to paint a pretty damning picture of him.
I'm just getting started.
Looks like your vendetta against Morgan is finally working to your advantage.
The last time you tried to help someone in court, it was me. And you ruined my case. So if you want to help Jason, don't help Jason. Because if you go in there with your usual pattern of using your mouth instead of your brain, he'll fry. In fact, if it were me, I would make sure that it was a closed trial specifically for the reason of keeping you out.
I didn't ask for your opinion. I asked for your representation. How do I get into Jason's trial?
Find somebody to call you as a witness. Anyway, I'm sure there must be somewhere that I need to be. Hey.
Hi. I could use a drink. What kind of lies did you tell about Jason in court today?
I like my life. I like what I do. I like that it matters. And yeah, it doesn't hurt that I'm in the top 2% of my professional field. And when it comes to me and you, it's not what I pictured. It's not how I really see myself, but it works. It more than works. You make me very happy. But if I had a chance to live like my father for 2 weeks, like a rock star traveling in limousines and private jets and playing rock music and have women throwing panties at me in a heartbeat.
Okay.
You kidding me? Just to see what it would feel like. But Robin, I wouldn't change what I have right now. I wouldn't give all of this up. I wouldn't do it.
Turns out there is a right answer.
That's good.
You attending your meetings?
Hasn't really been time, you know.
Well, what about your sponsor? You talking to him?
No, I'm working the program. I mean, I'm 392 days sober, so.
Hey, congratulations. But, you know, your life has been relatively manageable. And this is all different. This is crazy different.
I'm terrified about getting on stage and performing. I admit that.
Well, that's a good start.
I just gotta remember why I'm doing this. Keep reminding myself. It's for Eli Love, so he can, you know, have surgery and not die, and still not worry about the concert. So.
Yeah, and for him, it's probably just his way of covering his own fear about having his skull opened up.
Yeah.
Oh, Noah, we all have fear. It's how we handle it that matters.
You know, once you get past the fear, having women throw themselves at you and guys want to be you, I think I can do that for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's a dirty job, huh? But I guess somebody's got to do it.
You know, there was a time when my life was full of possibilities, with very few regrets. I'm enjoying taking these chances again.
Well, just don't take the wrong chances. You've come so far. Hey, do you mind?
Go ahead, sure.
I can't wait to see you on stage.
Yikes.
wanting Lulu to stay away from me. You do things without thinking about who can get hurt. Now, Lulu can't handle that. That is not your call to make. She made her own choice, all right? Now, at least she had the facts. Facts? What facts? What did you tell her? Details, all right? It's just that you're trouble that she doesn't need. Now, if you care about Lulu, you'll let this go.
Get away from him! You just proved that Coop was right. Now go before I call the cops.
All I did was tell the truth. I cannot change the fact that Jason works for Sonny or that he carries a gun. So when I'm asked if he's ever shot anyone in front of me, it's a matter of public record that he has.
Jason was a fool to ever trust you.
You can't blame Sam for Rick twisting our words.
You want to bet? However bad you made things for Jason, you just made him twice as bad for yourself, and that's a promise.
Please don't threaten my daughter.
That's not a threat. I will make you pay for hurting Jason. It's going to happen. You've got payback coming, and I'm gonna love watching it land on you.
They told me this was a holding room.
It is. For witnesses. How are you?
I'm okay.
There's a TV. I could see the court. I heard Sam.
Sam told the truth. And that's what you have to do, too. You know what helps me through this is, just thinking about Jake. About how I held him right after he was born, and I was just so worried about the both of you, and he woke up, and I was able to put our son in your arms.
It reminds me that things can work out.
I know what I have to protect.
Morgan, let's go. Wrong room.
Hey, Patrick, you got a minute?
Yeah.
I just ran into Noah at the Metro Court with a shot of vodka in front of him.
Are you serious?
Yeah. He didn't drink it, but this whole Eli Love thing is a dangerous game, and I'm very concerned. Because if Noah's not careful, he could be headed for a lot of trouble.
So, call me, buddy, will you? I'm gonna try and find a meeting. Okay, bye.
From a fan.
You know, I didn't give you the attention you deserved before. My head was kind of in business, you know? So, I wanted to thank you for buying the tickets.
I love your music so much.
It means a lot to me.
The waitress said this is your brand. That's my way of saying thank you.
Here's to you, beautiful.
I'm sorry. You're Kate Howard.
Don't be sorry.
I just recently read an article about your patronage of the arts. MoMA, especially. I try to get there every time I'm in the city.
It's a beautiful museum.
I wanted to be an artist, but then my son and I had to eat, so now I'm a nurse.
Well, that's a noble profession. I know it's none of my business, but why would a nurse and mother be testifying at a murder trial?
I know, Jason.
I know, Sonny. I was with him when he allegedly called in the hit on this Alcazar person.
Oh, well, Jason was with me when he allegedly got the call. Jason doesn't deserve this. I just wish I could get up on that stand and say something that'll help him.
You wouldn't perjure yourself for this man, would you?
I did what I could, but the judge made his decision and it just didn't go our way.
Diane has to call me as a character witness. It's the only way to get me in that courtroom.
Jason has bigger problems right now.
When the tape starts playing, do not look at the monitor. I do not want the jury to measure your reactions.
It's gonna blow up in Rick's face. Jason's gonna look like the hero.
The jury's about to see Jason Morgan shoot 3 people in vivid color.
I'm impressed.
You watch their faces. By the time the footage is over, they're gonna see Jason Morgan for who he really is. Cold-blooded killer.
Rick knows exactly what he's doing. Picture's worth 1,000 words. And Rick knows that that tape shows more than he can say. The jury is about to see Jason as a perfect killing machine.